We're talking about a very interesting campaign which has been launched to mark the 150th year of the British Red Cross. I genuinely did not believe that they were that old.
I thought they were older.
Really? I thought they were younger.
I thought they were there for years. I thought when Jesus was around, that's when they started it.
Oh, stop it.
What's wrong with that? I think that's a good thing, isn't it? Like, the people are always giving charity and helping everyone out.
I'm just going to move swiftly on. Just going to move swiftly on. Now, what's great about this campaign, which has been launched by British Red Cross, it's called It Starts With Her, and it's really looking to encourage women in the UK to change the lives of women in Bangladesh, specifically in Barishal in Bangladesh, one of the most disaster-prone places on the planet, simply by donating unwanted clothes.
I love it.
Which I was very intrigued by, because I think for a lot of us,
you've got plenty to give away.
Now, this initiative is actually being backed by Amanda Holden, Anita Rani, Michelle Keegan, and also British boxer Ruxana Begum, who visited the affected area in Bangladesh. And she joins us now in the studio alongside Penny Sims from British Red Cross.
Yeah,
Penny,
she's not a boxer.
No, Penny, Ruxana, pleasure to have you on the show.
Welcome on the show.
Thank you for joining us. Come a little bit closer to the mic, Penny, so we can hear you. Firstly, before we find out, Ruxana, about your experience in Bangladesh, can you give us a little bit more information specifically about this campaign, Penny, where it's all started, why we're donating clothes specifically?
Well, we've been working in Bangladesh for a while, and this is a project that grew out of something that we were doing in some slum areas. This is an area where it's called the Venice of Bangladesh. There's loads of canals and rivers, and while that's beautiful, it makes it really disaster prone, like any extreme weather, like cyclones, monsoons. It's really dangerous. So we're running a project where we're empowering women. They form these squads, and they basically just get stuff done. Like if they need to mend drains, they get on, they mend 70 drains.
Wow.
They just get on and they do it.
What are the men doing? Fishing?
I don't know.
They're doing it too. Like, women just get on with it. What are the men doing in this whole thing? I'm sure they're part of the country.
The men are doing good stuff too.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to say, everyone seems to think, Bangladeshi men might be listening right now. Dude, I was there with my boat. I was feeding my family.
and the men too. The men are doing great things.
No, I'm just joking. So the women are not just sitting at home thinking, oh, help us. They're literally getting out for the community.
Yeah, there's a lot of women who are like single mums who are just going to have to crack on and just get on with it. And it also helps them set up small businesses, and then that way they can support their family, and it just helps the whole community. It makes them stronger. It makes them safer. So
So where did the clothes aspect come into it then?
Yeah, quite a few of the women who are doing the small businesses are actually doing tailoring.
Oh.
That got us thinking about clothes. The fact that, we all have too many clothes.
Yes.
That has an environmental impact.
Yes.
These women are dealing with that environmental impact where they live. The storms are getting worse. So we thought, why not tackle the whole problem of us having too many clothes and do something to support women? Also, it's January. We know a lot of people don't have a lot of money. So this is a different way to give to charity. You can have a big wardrobe clear out. You can donate your clothes, and anything we sell in our shops, that's going to get doubled. So if we sell something for £5, that's going to end up being worth £10, which is great.
And with that in mind, I mean, what's interesting, or maybe it's poignant, I don't know, but, there is a big discussion, isn't it, about Bangladesh as a country and the amount of, clothes that are produced there, which are then sold to the West, and the likelihood is
that cycle.
Some of those clothes will actually be being sent back to the country that they've actually been made in. What was it like for you, Ruxana, when you visited Bangladesh?
I haven't.
You haven't.
My apologies. You are. My apologies.
No, sorry. You have.
You have. Penny, my apologies.
No. So how was it? Sorry, Roxana. We'll come back to you in a minute. How was it when you went there and you've seen the hands-on, work that the communities are doing when it comes down to tackling these, floods and what have you?
Yeah, I mean, they're already doing amazing things. Even stuff like, through the businesses they set up, they can afford to make their houses stronger.
Yeah.
They can actually lift the level of their house up, so when it floods, it's not going to get flooded so quick. So all these things that they can get involved with. And I met some amazing women who've set up small businesses. Like, there was this woman, she's 65.
Yeah.
She's a scrap metal dealer. She was tough as anything. She was like weightlifting in front
Come
of us.
Wow.
And she can now employ...
Roxana's now employed her as her trainer.
Honestly, she's my inspiration. I need
brilliant.
to go out and meet her.
But now, she's got a business where she can employ 6 other people.
Wow.
And a business that she runs runs is actually helping with recycling. So it means all of that, metal, plastic, rubbish is not going into the water. She's pulling it out. She's selling it. She's making it into a business. So yeah, she's a perfect example.
When you look at Red Cross and their impact on the communities and that help the communities, what are some of, the things that the government are doing alongside you guys to help the community then carry on when you have to move on to somewhere else, or if the community, for whatever reason, funding, or you couldn't get that help there and somebody else might need help everywhere else, because the Red Cross is everywhere, isn't there? And they go to different parts of the world and different disasters. So is the government working alongside you that when you move out that they can come in and keep helping the local community? Are you working closely with them as well?
Well, the idea with this project is that people are sort of built up so they don't need so much help in the future.
Yeah.
So it's slum areas that we're working in. And if we can make that community more resilient, then the next time there is a major flood, they're not going to need so much help. There won't need to be an emergency appeal. So yeah, big emergencies, we do work with the government to help with that.
Yeah.
But if we do some of this work now, it means that when there's a major cyclone, hopefully it means, less houses are damaged, less people die, less people are injured. It's doing all that work
Prevention
now.
rather than cure.
Yeah.
Let's bring Roxana in on this conversation now. Why are you involved with this campaign?
When the British Red Cross reached out to me, I was fascinated with the project. I think it's such a great project to be part of. I've always wanted to go back to my roots, being Bangladeshi myself and being able to empower women. I feel like it's a circle. We inspire them and they inspire us. And it's being able to give back. And the stories you just told me, I was so impressed. It just puts us all to shame.
Yeah.
I think it's great that they're so creative and innovative in terms of, they're going out there and making a living despite the obstacles that they have in their way. So I think it's only right that we all get involved and do our very best to support the cause.
And being from a Bangladeshi background, you never leave home, all right? Your family are still connected.
Yes.
I guess your family know more about what's happening in Bangladesh than they know what's happening in the high street down the road, right? But what's closed down?
It's like our family.
Yeah, C&A's closed down. What's C&A? I don't know. But by the way, the fish catch was really good this week. So there must be this dialogue at home as well, and this conflict by looking after not only the family here, but also the family in India. So
Bangladesh.
In Bangladesh, sorry. So are you always connected with that conversation? Your family still connected to the roots?
My parents are actually over there at the moment.
Right.
So it means so much to me to be able to, especially those kind of areas where they don't have so much support and they don't have the means to be able to pick themselves up, and just a little bit of support enables them to be self-sufficient. And that's so important to be part of that conversation and make a difference.
And who was your, inspiration when you were going into boxing and going into that kind of world? Because a lot of people are like, no, you're a girl, you're not going to box. Get back and get your education and let's get you married. Do you know what I mean? This is this traditional kind of way of thinking.
Absolutely.
And then here's you like, I'll do that in a minute. Let me just work out how to knock someone out and win some titles. So how did that inspiration come for you and where did that come from?
I guess I've always been really passionate about sports growing up, and I was very aware of my background, being Muslim, being from a very traditional family and having strong family values. I knew it was out of the question for me to go into Muay Thai initially, and then I cross-trained into boxing 2 years ago and then got signed by David Hay.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess I listened to my heart, and I found a way to bridge the gap between being a modern Asian British female and then having the traditional values and knowing my roots and being a good daughter and finding the balance between the two kind of medium. And I guess my parents have slowly kind of seen the fact that I haven't lost my identity. I am who I am. I'm passionate about what I do, and there are no barriers. They're there to be overcome, and they see me. I've realized that they see me as a role model to my community and women in general, people who suffer from ME, people from all walks of life. And they've started to kind of open up their mind and join that journey with me.
And when you look at the Bangladeshi community here in the United Kingdom, it's a big Bangladeshi community. They've been feeding a lot of people for a long time, but alongside that, they contribute so much to the politics and everything.
Yeah.
Are you part of that conversation now, being a role model and being someone who is like, in the position that you're in at the moment? And do you enjoy it, or do you feel so much pressure?
Honestly,
I didn't ask for this. All I want to do is knock people out.
Honestly, I do what I'm passionate about.
Okay.
And I just love the fact that I get to live my dream,
Okay.
my truth every single day. I absolutely love it. The fact that I can inspire so many people and give them hope and let them realize that actually no dream is too big.
Yeah.
It's about believing in yourself, and the rest will come into your experience. The more you believe, you will attract the right people, the right circumstances to come and join your venture.
I love that because, you just mentioned the fact that you suffer from ME. It's a chronic fatigue syndrome.
Yes.
But even within that, you've managed to adapt your training, to ensure that you're still able to compete. You were named one of the young British Muslim millennials changing the world by the Asian Today. I mean, things like that are fantastic, but it also means that you lend yourself well to projects like this. Is it important for you to use your voice, as you said earlier on, as a young British Asian woman, as a Bangladeshi, to things like a campaign like British Red Cross and what they're doing with It Starts With Her? Is it important to kind of help in these areas where otherwise maybe we wouldn't really look at British Red Cross?
Absolutely. I honestly believe that the boxing is a passion and it's a vehicle in order to do something greater than myself. And this is a perfect example to be able to reach out to people, bring awareness and really make a difference in the world, because I've been so blessed. We all have. And we're constantly comparing ourselves to people who are doing better than us.
Yeah.
But we forget to compare ourselves to people who are doing worse than us. And I think that's how I started looking at life and really being appreciative and having gratitude. And every day I'm so enthusiastic the fact that I can run at 6 a.m. in the morning. And only this morning I was running, I was thinking, I need to get up and go for a run. Yeah. And guess what? I saw a man with crutches walking at 6 a.m. and that really kind of motivated me to think, if he can do it, oh my God, I have no excuse. And I was so inspired. And it was just God's way of showing me, you have it good. Be grateful that you can do this.
Are you going to make a journey out to Bangladesh anytime soon and see what the Red Cross is doing, but also to visit your family, I suppose?
I would love to. I think that's definitely on the agenda this year at some point. Yeah. The boxing obviously is kind of exploding at the moment.
Number one.
So I'm really looking forward to doing what I do in the ring.
Knocking people out.
And then hopefully I would love to work with the British Red Cross and really support this cause and be there, be there and learn about people and inspire them and be inspired through their experiences.
Are you going to give some of your old kids?
I have.
Have you?
Yeah, my dresses. I've given some of my dresses, but maybe I should give them some boxing.
In the boxing ring?
Maybe I should give them some boxing gloves.
Oh, right, okay. So, no, I was thinking, because Shay said, have you given some of your kit? And
your kit? I'm thinking like, your shorts and your shirts and whatever you wear.
I can do a signed shirt.
That'd be really cool, yeah.
I can do that.
What about gloves?
Yeah, absolutely. We should give you some gloves.
Okay. Yeah. And so, when is your next bout? And when is it all happening? That people are following you on Instagram and social media, I'm sure is all there.
At the moment, I'm not allowed to say, but I'm just going for a transition in terms of my management.
Fine.
But I'm looking to fight in the next 2 months.
Congratulations.
And I know Amir Khan is fighting in March, so that's something I would love to be on his undercard. So
that'd be amazing.
Yeah, I can't say any more than that right now. But
would you let us know though?
I will absolutely.
We would love to find it.
But I have a book coming out in March.
So maybe come and talk about the book, and hopefully you'll be on the undercard as well, and we can talk about those two things officially.
Yes.
While you sort all out the logistics.
Absolutely.
Don't want to get you in trouble with that.
No, we don't want to get you in trouble.
No. You can get further details for Roxana on Instagram Instagram, Ruxana Begum _MT. But also, if you'd like further details for the campaign, it starts with her. Best thing to do is go to redcross.org.uk/shop. But I wanted to ask both of you ladies, Penny and Ruxana, this question, because I know if I ask Sunny, he's gonna be like, no, this is not me. So in the research found, I was really shocked by this actually. It found that 70% of women surveyed admitted that they have bought a piece of clothing and never worn it. Now, I mean, look, when you compare that to women...
How many women was that?
Yeah, I know.
Stop was it 100 or 1,000?
Yeah, I am
have
too.
labels still on my dresses.
Do you? What? Well, this is the thing. Before I came on air today, because I knew we were talking about this.
Because I'm always in shorts.
Yeah, and I went into my wardrobe
somewhere.
and I literally did find a number, and I'm not going to say how many, but I did find a number of outfits, and I was like, my God, I've still got tags on them. So you both, are you the same as well, Penny?
Yeah, I've got a really bad eBay habit. I buy stuff and then I'm like, no, I never wear it. I never wear it.
And you can return it, but then you think, I'll save the environment and keep it. Yeah. Returning is in itself.
Donate it, and then we'll sell it, and then
But that's the thing, right? If you're tuning into the show and you agree with us, and you're thinking, actually, I've definitely got outfits in the wardrobe I have never worn, they are brand new. Then, I mean, the other side of the coin is, there are women in Bangladesh who own clothes you've never worn or can afford to cast aside. You can actually send it to them, and they can wear it for us. And
we're going to sell them in the shop.
And you're going to sell them, and the money, sorry, my apologies, the money will go to them. So unworn clothes that are good quality, that's the kind of thing that you can help with, which is amazing, because rather than going on Depop and trying to sell everything yourself, you can go to British Red Cross.
My Versace outfit now.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They're going to double the price of that, though. That's the beauty of it. Like, they might get £100 for it there, and Red Cross has to put another 100 in.
But,
and they're like, why is everyone sending us Versace and Prada? What's going on, man? We're going to go bankrupt.
There is that. But I was really touched by this 19-year-old woman that you interviewed, Mim. She lives in Bereshol, and she said that she owns only 4 outfits, but that she actually has the same hopes, fears and passion for fashion as her counterparts. She said, I own 4 everyday outfits, which I rotate. I keep 3 outfits for special occasions like parties and weddings, because my family cannot afford to buy new clothes. So usually 1 new Salwar Kameez a year. Wow. And I will then customize my outfits by watching YouTube tutorials to learn about different embroidery techniques and stitch designs onto plain outfits. So when you talk about, how lucky we are, I mean, that puts it into context, doesn't it? And if all you can do, if you're tuning into the show, is help these women in Bangladesh by taking out clothes to British Red Cross, they'll be sold on and the money made will be doubled and then sent to these women. So redcross.org.uk/shop for further details. Ruxana and Penny, pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so very much. That is it from Sunny and I.